Hey, what's going on there, YouTube? It's SEO0320 representing JVS. I'm back here again for another review for The Walking Dead. This is the 8th season, second episode, The Damned. The first episode was really, to me, from a progression standpoint and just from a platforming standpoint, was really good pacing and leave you something to be desired from what's going to happen next. Now, they picked that off. But this feels more of an extension to the episode, more so than like a second episode. You know, like, I was like, where they left off was Gabriel, Negan, the realization that the war has commenced. The only thing that happened from the pick it off that was the war has commenced. And so you get to see the other side of that. Okay, you got group one that was doing their job, you know, Rick was doing their job. Now Rick's moving to a platform with Daryl to go up to try to find the guns, you know. And I'll talk about that in a little second. And then you got everybody else like Aaron, you got Morgan, you got Tara, and they all got their own little things they got going on, little battles. And the thing about it was, at first I was kind of just a little bored because I was like, I don't see anybody really dying. Even in the first, you know, episode, yeah, they went and picked out the different, you know, safe houses, but I didn't see anybody like lives being lost or whatever. And then about maybe 10 minutes into the episode, I started realizing in this one, like, man, like, people just starting to drop like flies. And then I started seeing, like, you know, people that are on our side started becoming casualties. Like, slowly but surely, I see the progression of, like, okay, they're getting war-ridden kind of situations. Like, now you got your emotions and your desire to win or to succeed or to pull through the situation. The thing about it is, I don't know that I was that invested necessarily. I think I cared about what happened with Aaron's boyfriend. I definitely cared about the fact that, you know, or Paul or Jesus, what he would call himself, cares to still keep these ideals that Tara has just kind of disregarded because of circumstance, which is very understandable. And then I think the weird part was that those were interesting bits, but everything in between where you get to see like the villains, you know, or the other saviors like having this random conversation, or like, you know, the other saviors going and doing this, or the savior that, you know, Jesus decided to protect, he kind of did this one thing and like Jesus decided to just leave him alive. It's just like I mean, I get it, but it's like it just didn't mesh or fit from a consequence standpoint. Like, this is war. You know what I'm saying? Like, where are they going to take them, put them up until a certain point? Like, where are they going to just have them, like, held up? Like, it's not going to be the same exact thing. I don't know what they're going to do for the dynamics of, like, okay, you're choosing to preserve life. I understand that, but what is your plan of action outside of that? You know, where are they going to go? How are they going to... They didn't really explain that. So it's like when Jesus made a decision like that, it just didn't make sense. And then, like, when Rick decided, like, okay, me and Daryl gonna split off, like, I was like, why are you gonna do that? Then to come to find out, like, the guy he was fighting, when Rick was fighting him, he said Gracie. I was like, you just saw a room with a little girl, and it was just like, the way he was fighting, it was like he's fighting for preservation of life. I knew it. The best parts about this episode to me was definitely Morgan, and like him going into Clear Morgan, and him like losing it. But it was kind of like when Ezekiel was talking, I was like, I wasn't into it as much. This is still a really good episode. It's a good extension. And then the cap off, when Rick found out who the person was, the last person that he found, and then what he did, I was just like, yo, I did not see that coming at all. But it was very interesting from a story preservation standpoint. But I don't know, this was not, to me, like a second episode. It felt like more of an extension to the first. I felt like the first episode could have been just 2 hours, and it could have been just the extension of all what happened, versus this being a whole another episode. But I give it like maybe an 8 out of 10. I was thinking like more of a 7.5 out of 10, but I give it an 8 out of 10. There were some great things. I think Morgan was the most strongest thing about it, because now Morgan's like, what do I do with what you trying to make me to be, given me being in this war? So I'm curious to see where this is going to go. I'm curious to see where Carol's character is going to go based on something I think something's going to happen to Ezekiel personally. But I'm waiting for Negan to come back. I'm waiting for, all right, what happens next? Well, hopefully you enjoyed this review. Keep it locked. JVS, we ain't going to stop. Y'all have a blessed night, blessed evening, blessed day. Peace, guys.